Good morning, everyone. Before we get into this morning's update, a few key points to go over very quickly. First, as we can see, XRP is up 3.9%. We hit up about 5% during this overnight rally. We were able to get up near 48 cents and some change, unfortunately, to break past that 48.6 cents. That could invalidate that wave 5 correction and the wick-off accumulation. However, we did get sandwiched right at 48 cents roughly, and we were squeezed back down. And when you start to look around, and XRP's really outside of XDC and maybe a small other that are up about 1% or so, most of the market was not as green as we were seeing with XRP, maybe XLM, which is on the same agenda, and XDC. So the 3X's are understandable. But going around the rest of crypto, we've got 1 and 2% on some things. You know, nothing really standing out, but XRP is not running alone, as some are saying. Some are claiming that XRP is the only cryptocurrency running, and therefore the crypto market is going to end up rolling over again. Now, that very well may be so, but XRP is not the lone wolf today. It may be the highest gainer out of my list, but it is not the lone wolf as far as moving up. So we'll go over the XRP price analysis and see, can we continue this bullish rally? Or are we still in a corrective phase, and what needs to give for us to not have to correct back down sub 40 and complete a wave 5 impulse to the downside, which would be wave 5 is the correction wave right now. So we need to see what could happen to invalidate this. If we can get over 48.6 cents, we could invalidate the correction thesis, and we could end up pushing up first to 50.5 or 51 cents and ultimately near that 60 cent mark, if not better appreciation. So this is a very volatile and turbulent moment for XRP to see if we can continue this rally and continue the upside push, or if we're going to cap any upside here and 48.6 cents is going to be the overwhelming destruction. We almost got up there last night, and we'll go over exactly where we got up to. We'll take a look at the volume portfolio, and then we'll look at news and notes that are coming through. Like you see how it says XRP is the sole major in green as Bitcoin bulls remain sidelined. It's not the only one in green, but that's something that's definitely to be seen. We'll read this article about the XRP price skyrockets amid market depression. Ripple versus SEC ruling imminent. That's something that is being speculated here hardcore. And then we have the Ripple CEO spotlighting XRP's groundbreaking move, or milestone. So those are the two things of note that I'm going to read. First, I'm going to go through the intro. We're going to get through the charts, and then we're going to go through some news and notes. So please make sure to hit that like button so YouTube recommends this update. I would greatly appreciate if you hit that like button. If for any other reason we can get the older members that have not been able to get our content because it isn't being published, or the new members that have never even heard of us, by you hitting that like button, we become recommended. And that all that simply means is when you become part of the analytics, we pop up on the YouTube news feed. We only get about 1 in every 9.3 people that hit that like button. If we could get up to 3, and I challenge you to hit that like button so YouTube will push my content. It's been a struggle this week to get content out, so I would greatly appreciate if you could hit that like button, especially today with XRP up 4% on the day. It's great to get people in when everybody's happy. So let's make sure to hit that like button. I'll catch you on the other side of the intro. Good morning, 9:49 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Friday, July 12th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. I would like to welcome in the new members and the old members who have found their way back to the community. It's extremely important to not just have the new members, but also the old members that have helped build this community into what it is. You've helped make this environment what it is, and you've helped make it a place of positivity over negativity. And I greatly appreciate everybody who's tuning in. If you're new, we do not play the victim. We play the winner because we have all the evidence in front of us, from the news and charts alike, and we can go through and dissect what we think is real and not. So I appreciate each of you being here this morning with me. Now let's get into the charts. XRP's up about 4% on the day. Had a nice little move up. We did come up much higher a little earlier in the day, and we came up to about that 47.83 cents. Now, what XRP did was we put in a nice resistance. We have this big wick pull down, and these could be the exhaustion candle. Whenever you get a wick up like that and then a pull back down preceding it, and then you melt back up and you can't break that resistance on the push up after touching support, because as of right now, we went up to 47.7, 47.8. We felt comfortable around that 45.9 cents, pulled back up, managed to get back up to 4.74, could not come back to the swing high, and failed to invalidate that resistance. So now, a likely scenario is, if we cannot hold the 20-day here on the 30-minute at 4.626, first thing is we're going to reset at 4.38. If we have to come down, that would be your first reset. Second reset would be to come all the way back down to 4.26. Now, if we continue on a bullish momentum, if we have bullish momentum here, we know we bounce off of the all-time pattern from when we went to all-time highs. This uptrend started in 2020. The downtrending resistance started in 2018 in January. So these have been going on for many, many years. If we just play this true, the next key resistance would be 59.5 cents. However, you can't just say, oh, we're going to play it true and just come right up there right away, as we are coming up to a major resistance right now. And this is a very major resistance. And this is why in the wick off, you see that if you can't get over 48.6 cents, you're still in the corrective phase. Because you have to get over 48.6, and this is the short-term descending pattern that was created. And unless you get over that, it's going to get beaten back down. If you break over 48.6, you open the door up to that 59.5 or 60 cent mark. That's the bottom line. If we get rejected at 48.6 cents, it's not a great sign, because the wick off is going to end up having it come back in correction, and that's a wave 5 correction that should bring us down. If we get rejected here, and let me just show you the urgency of this. Let's say we do make it up to 48.5 cents. If it gets rejected, the likelihood is you're not going to hold 43.1. The likelihood is it comes down back into correction, and it would come down here to about 36.6 cents. That's a 24.6% drop. And that's only because it came back up on a rally with no volume until we had 4 hours where we had a nice candle surge. And now we need to know, is that it? The 2 hourly, we had 8 million, followed by 6.9. Now all of a sudden on this 2 hourly, we've cut by 2/3 the volume. Or at least about 60% we've had less volume than that first candle up. So did we exhaust ourselves? The 2 hourly significantly oversold. The hourly significantly oversold, trying to push back into, less than zealous ranges. The 45s pushed back into a consolidation zone. 30 minutes pushed back into a bearish zone, as if it breaks that 20-day, we're going to end up coming all the way back down to that 45.8, and then possibly even farther. And we'll find out a lot today. 15-minute pulled back a lot. We're going to see now that we're in the neutral area. If this is still meant to be bullish, we don't have to go all the way to oversold. The 15 should reverse right now still if it's bullish. But right now the candles coming in, are starting to speak to the fact that we might be a little oversold, or there might be too many buyers that came in, and now we ran out of steam. This is what we were talking about yesterday. I don't want to talk in the past tense because there could be a lot of new people viewing today, but a lot of what we talked about yesterday and the day before was if we can't get past 48.6 cents, we'll end up in a corrective wave. And right now that's often what happens. We overshoot, we exhaust our volume that's coming in, and then we just can't end up holding the weight of the sellers, and then they end up overwhelming the price of XRP to the downside. Right now, though, we have not come up to 48.6 cents, so we have not tapped that resistance. Yes, we came up near 48, but we did not come to 48.6 cents. So technically, from a technical standpoint, we did not tap that. If you're still not bought XRP and you're like, well, how do I buy XRP? Get it set up. Just set it up in the fact maybe you don't want to buy it on this move up because it's already up 25% from the bottom. Maybe you're waiting for the next correction. Get on the exchange on BITUNIX and or HOTCOIN in the video description below and our pinned comment. Lowest spot and leverage trading fees you'll find on spot and leverage on BITUNIX. HOTCOIN is not far behind. They also have the XRP Bitcoin pairing, and you can copy trade me on HOTCOIN, which I'm actively seeking that next trade, and everybody knows the setup I'm looking for. But anyhow, you can find that. Get yourself set up in the USA or abroad. There's no VPN on either exchange. Only KYC if you're sending or receiving from a bank account. And get this set up now. Deposit your money now before the next opportunity arises. XRP's on a bullish momentous right here, momentum. And if we get rejected by 48.6 cents or we fail to materialize enough to push past and breach 48.6 and hold, this is still in a corrective wave after. We would still go to wave 5 correction. That's how the wick off works. Unless you can invalidate the wick off, that's what we're looking at right now. So I'm going to be talking about it until we breach 48.6 cents and we can invalidate this current thesis. Bitcoin's up 503 points. Doesn't even tell the story. Yesterday before the close, at one point, we had rallied up near 59K. Well, for Bitcoin, as you can see, we came all the way up here to 59,640. Broke all the way back down. Tapped to 57,200, came even further to 56.5, and now we're trying to rally back out. So if we can hold this broadening wedge, the pennant flag as support here, which right now we would need to get over 57,700. Right now we're just over that. So if we can use that as support, we can have volatility to the upside. If you're below that 57,220 area, that's where the volatility really starts to the downside. However, you need to hold to be above the pennant flag, 57,700 roughly. So, or 57,670. So if you're below that, you're still within a bearish consolidation. Remember, we came all the way down here. First layer, when we had that first drop from 63,700, we came all the way down to 53,500. Failed to push past 59,500. We could not get past 60,000. Not even up to that 60,456 resistance. So that's that could be an issue going forward. So we need to watch XRP and Bitcoin very closely, because Bitcoin, I'm not convinced yet that it's not going to come back down to 52.8 or even worse to 48.4K. So we need to invalidate that thought process. Until we do, it's still very much in a bear. It's a rally, but I consider it a bull trap unless we can break over these levels. Right now, Bitcoin should be pushing back up still. And we should try to retest these areas. We have to. At some point, if we can hold this consolidation and there's any kind of real steam coming in, we should see an explosion up to 60,431. It's just if we can't hold the pennant flag and we break through here, we'll have that same explosion, except it's going to be a breakdown to the downside. XRP, unfortunately, right now, I like the fact it's up 4%, but we are legitimately in no man's land, because are we breaking up past this resistance, or is this going to be the stopgap? I don't know until we get to 48.6 cents. That's the ultimate level here for XRP, and some might ask, because that's the level not just of this pattern formation, but that's what leads us to understand that if we don't want to be in a corrective wave after this, in wave 5, we have to get past this and invalidate that. The problem I'm seeing is the 2 hourly way oversold. 3 hourly's massively oversold. 4 hourly getting massively oversold. Daily time frames at the neutral level, but this is typically where if we're bearish, we'll get to that halfway midway point and then we'll break back to the bearish side. So right now it's very critical, and there's still a little bit of oomph on here. Even if we can get rejected, even from 466, there's still about 4.1% left here. So XRP, if we could get hot here to end the week, could still rise 4.1% even if bearish. So pay attention to those numbers, and let's get through some of this reading, because I have already taken 14 minutes already. Holy smokes. And if you appreciate my work, consider joining Tom's Army or sending one YouTube super chat per month. This has been one of my weakest months of support in the last 24 months. So if you're looking to show support, I would greatly appreciate it. Maybe you send a YouTube super chat, or you join Tom's Army when the price is up 4%, or when it's up over 22% from the bottom. This would be a great time to show that support. Yesterday was likely the worst day I've ever had of support, if you want to put it in perspective. One of the worst I've had going back to 21. So XRP, let's see what we want to talk about. XRP price skyrockets amid market depression. Ripple versus SEC ruling. The price of popular cryptocurrency XRP is on the rise today. A surprising development given that much of the rest of the market has plunged into the red. Since the start of the new trading session, XRP has added more than 1.3% to its price, bringing its rate to 46 cents. This advanced price performance has sparked speculation about potential factors driving upward momentum or movement. One possible reason could be expectation or insider knowledge about the imminent outcome of the SEC case against Ripple. Notably, the parties involved are currently deciding the final issue of the amount of remedies. Supporting this theory is the fact that the previous decision in this case was about a year ago. On July 13th at the time, which is tomorrow, XRP was officially recognized as a non-security, and the value of the cryptocurrency doubled in price in just one day. Is it really near? In addition to this, there are significant inflows into XRP-focused investments. Since the beginning of the year, these funds have absorbed more than $18 million in capital, with money continuing to flow in despite outflows in the rest of the sector. This trend mirrors last year's performance, where inflows into XRP ETPs remained steady from around March through July 2023. As the market watches closely, anticipation surrounds the Ripples versus SEC verdict grows. While the broader market faces challenges, investors are aware of the potential impact this decision could have on XRP's future. And the only thing that I can see is how Ripple CEO spotlights XRP's groundbreaking milestone. So Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse recently took to the X social media to spotlight XRP's new milestone after Chicago-based derivatives exchange CME Group announced its plan to launch real-time indices and reference rates for the cryptocurrency in collaboration with CF Benchmarks. Garlinghouse has commented that having a trusted benchmark reference rate is the first step towards institutional crypto products. The market has spoken, the Ripple boss added. The addition of XRP shows that there is a demand for reliable price feed among institutional investors. Apart from XRP, CME Group also launched these products for Internet Computer ICP. The real-time indices will be updated every second based on order book activity on such major digital asset trading platforms as Coinbase, Bitstamp, and Kraken. Daily benchmark prices of the aforementioned cryptocurrency will be provided at 4 p.m. UTC. CME initially announced the launch of real-time indices and reference rates for Bitcoin back in 2016. It has also launched these products for Ethereum, Algorand, Avalanche, Bitcoin Cash, Cardano, Chainlink, Litecoin, Stellar, Lumen, Uniswap, and other altcoins. An XRP ETF. There has been a lot of speculation about whether an ETF could be launched in the near future for XRP. As reported by You Today, Garlinghouse previously claimed that the launch of an XRP ETF was inevitable. Last month, Van Eck and 21 Shares filed applications to launch spot Solana ETFs. Meanwhile, spot Ethereum ETFs are expected to start trading this July after multiple prospective issuers recently filed their S1 forms. So a lot of cool things going on in the crypto market. And one last thing to read is the strength for XRP. Can it sustain a recovery? So XRP price shows increased strength. Can it sustain the recovery? XRP price extended its increase above 44 cents resistance zone. The price is showing positive signs above 45.5 cent resistance. So XRP price is attempting a recovery wave above the 44 cent zone. The price is now trading above 44 cents in the 100 hourly simple moving average. There is a key bullish trend line forming with support at 43.9 cents on the hourly chart. The pair could extend gains if there is a close over 45 cent resistance. So XRP price aims higher. XRP price remained in a positive zone above the 42.5 cent level and extended its recovery wave. Like Ethereum and outperformed Bitcoin, the price was able to climb above the 43.2 and 44 cent resistance levels. The price even cleared 44.5 and 45 cents. A high was formed at 45.4, and now we've gotten up to 48 cents. So this is all invalidated. So if XRP fails to clear the 45.5 resistance, which it did, so we need to stay above that first layer. Downside could lead us to 44.50 if 45.50 is broke. If that breaks 43.9 and then 42.20, the technical indicators, the hourly MACD, the moving average convergence divergence for XRP USD is now gaining pace in the bullish zone. The hourly RSI relative strength index, the RSI for XRP is now above the 50 level. Major supports are at 45.5, 44.5, 43.9, and 42.20. Right now, our major resistance is at 48 and 48.6 cents, which 48.6 is the ultimate resistance. We've already got rejected once around 48 cents on the earlier move today. So a lot of information. You may need to watch this twice, but pay attention because we very well could start that correction right now. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. If you appreciate my work, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like button. Share this on social media. And if you made it until the end, Hashtag be better, do better in the comments. And I will see you again this afternoon, and I will do better. We will do better. Stay positive. You are not a victim. You are the winner. Positivity over negativity. And don't forget to give thanks to the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Stay humble, and you will be your best self.